When home was a front porch and fireflies, I used to think home was just a house, a place with walls and a roof, a place where you slept and kept your things. But I was wrong. Home wasn't a building. Home was summer nights on the front porch, bare feet on warm wooden planks, and fireflies blinking like tiny lanterns in the dark. Home was Grandpa's laughter, deep and rich, like a song only he knew the words to. It was the way he rocked back and forth in his old wooden chair, pipe in hand, telling stories that made the world feel bigger and smaller at the same time. I can still hear his voice. You see, fireflies don't need to roar like thunder or shine like the sun to be special, he'd say, watching the tiny golden flickers dance in the air. They just glow in their own way. That's enough. Back then, I didn't understand what he meant. I was just a kid, chasing the fireflies with cupped hands, giggling as they slipped through my fingers. I thought summer would last forever. I thought Grandpa would too. But time doesn't stop for fireflies or front porches. The summer I turned 12, Grandpa got sick. The man who once carried me on his shoulders now struggled to stand. His laughter grew softer, his stories shorter. I sat beside him on the porch, pretending not to notice how thin he had become, how tired he looked. One night, when the fireflies were out in full force, he reached for my hand. His grip was weak but steady. "Don't be afraid of the dark, kiddo," he whispered. "Even when you can't see the light, it's always there. You just have to look for it." I didn't know it then, but those were the last words he ever spoke to me. A week later, he was gone, and suddenly, the porch felt empty. The fireflies kept blinking, but they didn't seem as bright. For years, I couldn't bring myself to sit outside. The wooden planks that once felt like home now felt like a memory too heavy to carry. I moved away, far from the house, far from the past. I convinced myself that growing up meant leaving it all behind. Then, one summer, life brought me back. The old house was still there, though the paint had faded and the rocking chair sat still. I stepped onto the porch, half expecting to hear Grandpa's laughter in the breeze. But there was only silence. Then, just as the sky deepened into dusk, the fireflies appeared. Tiny flickering lights, just like they used to be. I watched them dance in the air, and for the first time in years, I smiled. I sat down, letting the night wrap around me. I could almost hear Grandpa